Welcome back. If you just joined us, you're watching the news at 10, broadcasting on Channels Television live from Lagos. We now bring you some of the pictures that you sent to our eyewitness portal. The first picture is from Ikeduru local government area of Imo State. Our eyewitness reporter says that erosion has divided the feeder connecting Akabo to Uzuagba community. Our eyewitness reporter wants the government in Imo State to take action on this. Well, next is this picture of a fallen electric pole on Sokoto Road, Agbara Aton axis, by Unilever Company in Sokoto State. Our eyewitness reporter says that urgent attention is required to avert an accident. This next picture is from Isai in Oyo State. Our eyewitness reporter says that only this petrol station in Okeogun region of the state dispenses petroleum products. And finally is this one showing a car accident in Festac town area on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway in Lagos. Our reporter says safety officials should be more alert to their duties to avert such accidents. We do thank you very much indeed for sending in those pictures. Please keep them coming. The Port Harcourt International Airport was recently rated as one of the worst in the world, but that may be a thing of the past soon if the promise of the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria is kept. According to the Managing Director of FAN, Saleh Dunoma, the structure that hosts the domestic wing within the terminal was meant to be a temporary one. He says efforts are on to complete the international terminal next year and equip it with state-of-the-art facilities.
3 of Nigeria's flagship airports recently showed up on a survey showcasing the worst airports in Africa and the world. The Port Harcourt International Airport in Rivers State, according to the website Sleeping in Airports, is tagged the worst worldwide. Perhaps this rating is part of the reason for this visit, as senior officials of the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria come calling to inspect the terminal under construction.
When we finish all these projects, of course, it will make a great difference. So I want to appeal to the general public and the airport users and our concessionaires to bear with us. It's just a matter of time. We've seen this facility, the way it's going, and by next year, when we finish it, the whole story will change. So the story of Port Harcourt or other Enugu or this being a substandard airport would not have been there.
While the airport agency defends itself, this passenger says the state of the local terminal calls for serious concern.
The need for the government to do something urgently is an eyesore. The neglect is wrong. Bearing in mind that this is the international airport for the South region. It's not just for Rivers State alone.
When the visit is over, FAN asked passengers to exercise some patience.
The temporary facility that we use for our domestic operations, domestic arrival in particular, it's really bad because it is not a building, it is a tent. And of course, this is what you go through when you open up the entire airport for construction. But I'm happy to hear that the local management is doing something about it to improve the domestic side of the operations.
As construction work continues at the international terminal of the Port Harcourt Airport, passengers say they are expectant of traveling through terminals that can provide not only comfort but better passenger facilitation.
The Niger Delta Presidential Amnesty Office has dismissed claims by some students of the program in South Africa that they are being owed arrears of allowances. In a statement issued in Abuja, the coordinator of the program, retired Brigadier General Paul Boro, said that such claims are not true as the students have been paid up to the month of August. Students under the program at the Nelson Mandela Metropolitan University, Port Elizabeth in South Africa, took their protest to the Nigerian High Commission in Pretoria to demand the payment of their outstanding allowances. General Boro added that the Amnesty Office has since processed the papers for payment for the months of September and October, which would hopefully come through in a few weeks. He also indicated that he has given a directive for the accommodation allowances of the students to be processed for payment to cover the remaining months of 2015. He explained that some recent fiscal policies of government requires that proper verification.
But they are mostly private-driven. They are mostly profit-driven. And when it is profit-driven, those who set it up want to recoup their money as fast as possible. And that's why I disagree about 3 of them: institutional base, privately owned base. I think there should be a regulation. Right now, even in the US, the government is saying that there's need to reduce the school fees. All over the whole world, there's this review. Even Australia, there's campaign all over the world. So I think the private university should make it a kind of legacy that they are providing a legacy for the country. And then they cannot recoup all the money once and for all. Education is a business, it's an investment, but it's not a business that you can get. It's a long-term investment. And you don't have to recoup all your money at the time. So we have looked at the situation where education can be affordable. And that is the essence why we are doing the regulation. So that this government alone cannot give, despite the increment of university, the demand is still much more than the supply. So if these people are coming and then, in fact, these students cannot go there, then what's the essence of the regulations?
Interesting. Okay, let me bring in another guest. Ibrahim Yakasai joins us from Abuja. He is of the National Universities Commission. I want to thank you so much indeed for coming on the news at 10. What, in your view, has the NUC been able to achieve thus far since the deregulation policy of the federal government?
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me. First, let me correct an information you gave. We now have 61 private universities and not 59, as you said. And private universities started in Nigeria in 1999 and not 2006. Just a point of correction. The National Universities Commission has achieved a lot. You see, I like to thank my colleague who is with you there. We have improved access. You see, over 3 million seats for JAM every year, and we used to have spaces for just under 250,000. Now with the private universities that are 61, access has improved so much that we now have doubled the number of kids that get admission into Nigerian universities. The issues we have of access are tackling. So NUC has achieved so much in making sure that access has been improved. You see, we have 161 universities in Nigeria now, 40 federal, 40 state, and 61 private. We have used so much. The nation, it is the wish of every parent to have his child go to a university. Parents and students always want to have university education. So we are doing our best within the context of the country to make sure that access is improved.
So how do you balance the equation now on what the government is doing on one hand to bring about an inclusiveness of public and private partnership to shore up education, and we're having a situation whereby the private schools are actually not affordable?
Well, you see, you can't eat your cake and have it. If you want to have a private education, not only in Nigeria, wherever in this world, it comes at a cost. Tuition for federal universities is still free, but for private universities, you see, we cannot, as a commission, be calling on private providers to come and give private universities give education, and be trying to insist that they should charge a certain amount of fee. We implore them always to try and make sure that they are not charging so much, but there are not too much we can do in that respect.
What, in your thoughts, is the way forward?
The way forward is, you see, we used to license private universities for individuals. Now we don't. You must have a foundation. You see, with a foundation, most of the universities we have now are faith-based. Churches, mosques are now having universities. And if it is run by a foundation, you be sure that after a while, as soon as they are able to put some of their costs, the fees will begin to come down. The way forward is for us to appeal to a lot of wealthy individuals in this country, organizations, to please come forward and do a university so that we can have more access.
Well, Ibrahim Yakasai, Director of Press, Nigerian Universities Commission. I want to thank you so much indeed for your time and your thoughts. And also to you, Dr. Suraj Adekunle, UNESCO Resource Consultant on Media and Information Literacy. I want to thank you so much indeed for your time.
A pleasure.
And also our guests all the way from Texas in the United States, Professor Chris Ulase. I want to thank all of you at once. When the news at 10 returns, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation posts 9 months operating loss of 437 billion naira. That's on Business News. Do stay with us.